Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time, I would like you to hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell for you to become part of the fluxforex community, so that whenever I post a new video you will get access to it as soon as possible. All right, so we are entering into another week. All right, so just as we do it every weekend, I'd like us to go through some few pairs and then see what next week has for us. All right, so last week was a big blow for us. Yes, last week was a very big blow for us. If you were in my Telegram community, you are going to testify. You're going to testify to whatever I'm saying here. All right, yes, and I'm glad it happened. Yes. You'd wondering what I'm saying, but I'm glad it happened because I learned a lot. Yes, I learned a lot. All right. Yes, I always like to embrace my losses. It's because whenever that happens, it doesn't just happen. All right, it happens, and then out of that, I always learn a lot. And whatever experience I have, it goes into my journal. All right. Yeah. So if you're a trader and you don't have a journal whereby you journal your trades, your experience you had within the week and all that, please again have it, because it's going to help you. All right, whatever mistake you make in the market, whatever losses that comes, all right, you should be able to tell why you made that loss in the market, and those things should go into your journal. All right, and that is what exactly I do, and by doing that, it helps you not to repeat those mistakes again. All right, remember, you are still a student of the market. As a trader, you need to see yourself as a student of the market. All right, because day in, day out, there are new things that you discover. All right, so that is just that. All right, so going into this week or going into next week, I would like us to look at a few of these pairs we are seeing here, and then we look at what the market has for us. All right, so we are going to start from the dollar index. All right, so last week we were expecting some form of retracement. All right, so because just as I said in my previous video, I didn't really know exactly where the retracement could have ended. All right, so actually the retracement ended here. All right, by seeing this, I'm believing that it is the end of the retracement. All right, already I'm bullish on the dollar index. So going into next week, I'm expecting to see some form of higher prices in the dollar index. All right, because if you go to the monthly time frame, there are some equal highs. This is how the monthly time frame is looking at. All right, this is the monthly time frame. All right, I'm really anticipating that the price is going to clear these equal highs you are seeing here. All right, so this is how the monthly time frame is reacting. We've already seen a break in the market structure here. All right, you've seen price come back, tap into this bearish candle we are seeing here. All right, you've seen price reject this candle, and we've seen the next candle, that is the month of February. All right, the formation of the month of February candle being formed. All right, so going into this week, I would like to see some bullishness in the market so far as the dollar index is concerned. All right, so I'm bullish on the dollar index. All right, so let's switch the 4-hour time frame, see what is happening. This is what is happening on the 4-hour time frame. All right, so going into next week, I want to see this high being cleared. And then we see price moving to the upside. So that is that for the dollar index. All right, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some form of consolidations, because before price finally moves to the upside, you need to engineer some form of liquidity. All right, and by engineering this liquidity, we see price moving up and down, just to engineer those liquidity before it takes off. All right, so going into next week, I wouldn't be surprised if I should see the dollar index consolidated. All right, so let's look at what is happening on AUDUSD. All right, so this is what is happening on AUDUSD. So if I'm bullish on the dollar index, then I'm bearish on the AUDUSD, because I mean the AUDUSD and the dollar index are negatively correlated. All right, yeah. So going into next week, I want to see some form of lower prices on the AUDUSD. All right, but look at what is happening here. We saw a breaking market structure in here. All right, and we saw price moving to the downside, clearing this low. Yes, clearing this low. So I would like to see price move up a little bit, all right, into this structure. Then we see price move to the downside, clearing these lows. All right, so this low is going to be my first target. Yeah, so this low is going to be my first target. Then I'll see where price is going to move to. All right, yeah. So that is that for AUDUSD. So I'm bearish on AUDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on AUDJPY. Yeah, so I was analyzing the yen future market. Yes, and I realized the yen is so weak. Yes, and so if the yen is so weak, that means we are likely to see some higher prices so far as the AUDJPY is concerned. All right, yeah. So going into next week, I would like to see some higher prices in the AUDJPY. But at the moment, the AUDJPY is stuck in a range. All right, so what range am I talking about? This high, this low. All right, this range. Yeah, I'm talking about this range. This is the range I'm talking about. Yeah, this is the range I'm talking about. All right, yes. So at the moment, price is stuck between this range. All right, price is stuck between this range, this high, and then between this high and then this low. All right, yes, and then between this high and this low, I'm seeing price at an area of equilibrium. All right, so going to next week, I want to see price come into the area of discount. All right, that is anywhere around this area for me to be able to pick up my buy orders to the upside. All right, yeah. So if that happens, this is going to be my first target. All right, yes, and then I'm going to take it from there. All right, yeah. So going into next week, I'm bullish on the AUDJPY. Let's look at what is happening on NZDJPY. Remember, AUDJPY and NZDJPY move in the same direction. All right, so going into next week, I'm also bullish. All right, yes, going into next week, I'm bullish on NZDJPY too as well. All right, so I will expect price to come back into the zone. Yes, I will expect price to come back into the zone, and then we see higher prices. All right, yeah, so that is my target so far as NZDJPY is concerned. All right, yeah, so let's look at what is happening on NZDUSD too as well. So just as I said on AUDUSD, the same thing applies to NZDUSD. My direction or my bias for AUDUSD is the same as the NZDUSD. All right, I'm also bearish on this pair. All right, due to the bullishness I'm expecting on the dollar index. All right, yes, but I would be a little bit reluctant with NZDUSD. All right, I'll be a little bit reluctant with NZDUSD. Why? Because at the moment the NZD looks so strong. All right, why? Because at the moment the NZD looks so strong, and so you wouldn't want to pair two strong currencies. All right, yes, you wouldn't want to pair two strong currencies. All right, you always pair the weaker against the strong, or you pair the strong against the weak currency. That is what you need to do in this market. All right, and so I'm going to next week, I'll just wait and see how price is going to react. All right, yeah, so this I'll look at this range. All right, yeah, so this low and then this high. All right, if price happens to break this low, then I'll be much convinced that price is definitely moved to the downside so far as NZD USD is concerned. Remember, NZD is strong, USD is strong. All right, so I wouldn't be so much focused on this pair. Yeah, even though I will look at how it's going to react, but there are so many pairs I have to concentrate on in order, rather than focusing on this very particular pair, because just as I said previously, the NZD is strong, USD is also strong. All right, I wouldn't want to be wasting my time focusing on two strong currencies. You know, there are other pairs as well. All right, so going into next week, even though I'm bearish on this pair, I wouldn't be so much hard on it. I'll just stay back, be flexible with it, observe how it's going to do before I take a decision. All right, so that is it for NZDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD too as well. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD. All right, so this is what is happening on USDCAD. All right, so if I'm expecting the dollar index to move higher, all right, I also expect that the USDCAD also move higher. All right, yeah, so going into next week, I'll wait to see some form of retracement. All right, we had an impulse swing last Friday. All right, and when you have an impulse swing, the next thing you should expect is correction. All right, the next thing you should expect is correction. So going into next week, I'll wait for the correction to happen, then I will find an entry. All right, I'll wait for the correction to happen and then find an entry to the upside. All right, yeah, so that is that for USDCAD. So for USDCAD, I am bullish. All right, remember I posted this on my Telegram community last week. All right, and I'm expecting this high to be rated to be taken off. All right, I expect that price is going to rate this equal highs we are seeing here. All right, and we've started seeing signs of it. All right, this is what happened. All right, we've seen a rejection from this other block. All right, price go to this other block and we've seen some rejection. So going into next week, I'm really expecting that this pair is going to be bullish. All right, yes, I'm really expecting that this pair is going to be bullish going into next week. Let's look at what is happening on EURUSD. Remember, EURUSD is the most traded pair, one of the most traded pair on the market. All right, look at what is happening. Let's switch to the weekly and see what is happening. All right, so if I'm expecting the dollar index to move higher, oppositely I should expect, or alternatively I should expect the EURUSD to move to the downside. All right, yes, and at the moment EURUSD, trust me, it's not giving us a clear picture. All right, it is not really giving us a clear picture, so I wait for Monday's price action. All right, Monday's price action is going to tell me what to do. All right, yes, but I'm expecting at least you should retest, come here, and then we see a downside. But I'm going to be, I'll stay back and see what happens on Monday. Monday's price action will finally tell me how this pair is going to behave within the week. All right, yeah, so I'm going to be so relaxed on this pair and observe how it's going to react. All right, so based on how it's going to react, then I'll take my decision on that. All right, so let's look at what is happening on GBPUSD. All right, so for GBPUSD, I'm bearish on this pair too as well. All right, yeah, so going into next week, I'm bearish on GBPUSD. Look at what is happening. We've seen a break in structure on the 4-hour time frame. All right, so going into next week, I expect to see some form of retracement, all right, to fill these imbalances, and then we see price moving to the downside. All right, this is going to be my first target I'm going to look at. All right, yes, so that is also that for GBPUSD. All right, so these are the pairs I'm going to look at going into next week. All right, yeah, so if you're not part of my Telegram channel, check the description box below and then click on the link to join my Telegram channel. All right, because within the week I give my community members signals. I post in signals. I tell them where to look at, when to buy or when to sell. It is very important. All right, in as much as you know the direction of the market, you know this market is going to move to this place, it's going to move this to this direction or the other direction. You also have to know when exactly is the right time for you to buy or the right time to sell. All right, that is what we call the time and then price. All right, it is very important in this market. All right, yes. So if you're not part of my community, just don't forget to check the description box below and then click on the link and then join my community. All right, yes, join my community. And if you haven't subscribed to, please don't forget, hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell for you to become part of the community. Remember, I've already told you that the year 2022 is going to be interesting. All right, so if you're not part of my community, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out a lot. All right, yeah. So you can also follow me on all social media handles: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All right, just search for fluxforex and then you see me. I'm the only fluxforex on all social media handles. So you just type in fluxforex and then once you see my logo, that will tell you that yes, this is me. All right, yeah. So I wish you all good luck and good trading. Don't forget, as you enter into a new week, don't forget, use proper risk management. All right, yes. So I wish you good luck and good trading. I'll come your way again another time. Bye.